Hello, everyone. Welcome to interview question series for automation tester. So in this series of videos, we are going to cover the interview questions related to Selenium WebDriver, TestNG, as well as Cucumber. So just we are divided in different parts, like parts in sense like the first part where we'll cover the easiest questions, or you can say the basic questions. In second, we will go with the intermediate level, and then we'll go with the difficult level of questions, mostly asked in interviews. So just we'll come across different sections and we'll see how which type of questions basically we have to cover while preparing for interviews. So let's start with this video. In this video, we are going to cover the Selenium web drivers. So we'll see what questions are asked from Selenium web drivers. So the first question is, what are different types of drivers available in WebDriver? Now you know that this is the first thing that you come across when you start learning Selenium. So these drivers are basically the operators that we have in our system. So we can name it very easily, just like Chrome driver, Gcode driver, Safari driver, Internet Explorer driver, Edge driver, Opera driver. So these are the different drivers available for testing purpose. Now, the next question, what are the different types of locator? Now, once you're familiar with driver, the next question, that's one of the most favorite, you can say, it's most commonly asked question, that what are the different types of locators? You need to know that the locators, which locators are basically available to identify the elements. So the different elements are, locators are ID, name, class name, xpath, tag name, link text, and CSS selector. The third one, what are the navigate command in Selenium web drivers? So in Selenium web drivers, we have 4 navigate commands. First one, it's driver.navigate.to, where you pass the URL. Second one is navigate.refresh, that refresh the current page. Third one is navigate.forward, that helps you to move in forward direction. And the last one is navigate.back, this helps you to take back to the page from where you have just come up. So these are the 4 options available for the navigate command. Now, this is one of the favorite question basically asked, and this you can explain with a proper example, just that will make things more clear. Now, difference between findElement and findElements in Selenium. So it's very simple. findElements helps you to find a particular element in a web page. You can say that. And findElements, this helps you to pass multiple links, or you can say more than one elements on web page. Now, if we talk about the example, that means if you are trying to fetch a multiple links from a source page, or you can say from a web page. So basically you're trying to get all the links available in that page. Then in that case, you can go for findElements as it mentioned here. Now, if you are looking for the only first element or the first one that's visible, that's available in that particular web page, then in that case, you can go findElement. So while explaining an interview, you can explain through an example that I am trying to navigate, or I'm trying to fetch all the links from this web page. So in this web page, if I want to fetch all the links, I will use findElements. And if only one link out of all, then I'll go for findElements. Now, how to handle dropdowns in Selenium WebDriver. Now, it's very simple to handle the dropdowns in Selenium WebDriver. Here you will use a select class, and then you have methods like select by visibility text, select by index, and select by value. So you know the dropdowns, basically you come across these dropdowns in Selenium, and these dropdowns, just to handle these dropdowns, the main thing as it's written in this code, we use this select class, we create the reference. Now using this reference, we call select by visibility text method, as well as you can call the select by value, select by index. Now, this is one of the most important question, and you can say it's mostly asked in interviews, how to handle alerts and pop-ups in Selenium. So this question you can just mold in 2 ways. Either you can talk about the differences also, or just you can say how to handle these alerts. So basically, if you know, we have 3 different types of alert, where we, in one of the alert, it's like where we just confirm that you are going to accept that alert. So it's like called as we use the accept method there. Second one is where you have both the options, whether you can accept or you can cancel. So there you use dismiss alert. And the third one basically is where you can send some values to the alert box. So that goes for the send keys. Basically, send keys helps you to send values to the alert box. Now here also, if you want to get the text from the alert, you can get them by using get text method. Now let's talk about the pop-up. So basically, when we talk about the pop-up can be handled using WebDriver switch to method to switch to the pop-up window. So if you want to switch to the pop-up window, you can easily switch using switch to method. Okay, so that's pop-up. So in case of alerts, we go with the alert class, and again, different types of methods along with it. In pop-up, straight away you can switch to the pop-up window wherever that window is available. This is how the code looks like. So if you want to just understand the concept, you can go along with this code. Now, what is meant by xpath in Selenium? Now, we have different types of locator, but we focus more on xpath. Why? Because xpaths help us to handle the dynamic elements. Basically, dynamic element means the values of those elements that keep changing at regular basis. Now, there are different ways of writing the xpath. One is you can write the xpath manually, the way you see here. And the second one is just you inspect the element, go to the highlighted section, right click, set the copy and copy the xpath. So click on that copy option and then copy the xpath. You'll have these options available. So basically, these are different ways of writing the xpath, as well as xpath basically helps us to handle the dynamic element. Now, how do you handle the testings on dynamic web pages that have changing elements? Now, just one of the options you have already seen, that is xpath. So the first one is that dynamic locators are basically handled by xpath. Second one, you can handle by explicit and implicit wait. Now, in this case, you need to know what this explicit and implicit wait is. Basically, this is used for holding a particular part of code till that element is visible to you. Third one, updating the test script at regular interval. So these are the three different ways how you can handle the dynamic web pages. Now, what are the major difference between driver.close and driver.quit? So it's very simple. Close closes the current browser window that is in focus. And if we have multiple windows, still it will close the current active window. And in case of quit, it will terminate all the windows open in WebDriver. So this works differently. Close for the current window, quit for the complete windows. That means all the windows available in web page. Now the last one here, how you can handle or how you can find the broken images in a page using Selenium WebDrivers. Now we have four options to handle these broken images. First, find all image elements on a web page using driver.findElement by tag image. This will return the list of all image present on the web page. So this will help you to get all the images available. Second, iterate through the list of images element and check the src attribute of each element using element.getAttribute src. So src basically contains the value of that images. And the third one is send an HTTP request to URL of the image using Python request library. But that's a different thing. You have to send a request to HTTP. From there, you'll get the details available. Now, again, when you check the response code of the status, what you have sent, there you will get the response code. Basically, it's if the response code is 200, it means that image is broken. It's not 200, basically. If it's not 200, then that means image is broken. If you get the status as 200, that means image is not broken. Now, these are the few questions available in Selenium WebDrivers. We'll come up with more questions in my next videos. Right now, go through these videos and hit the bell icon as well as the subscribe button to stay connected to my upcoming videos. That's all in this video. Thank you.